Hey guys, welcome back. Ryan from Clickovation again, and in this video we're actually going to go over how to create a campaign inside of AdWords, and this video assumes that you already have an AdWords account. So the first thing, okay, you'll be taken to this first sort of main screen here, and we'll want to make sure that we're in the Campaigns tab. When you start, you're not going to see any of these campaigns. These are ones that we had previously. What you will see, however, is this little blue button, and this is your campaign creation tool. Next, you see this, and we have several options here. We have search network campaigns, we have display network campaigns, we have shopping, we got video, and we have universal app campaigns. We're just going to focus on the search network for now. So let's click that. Now, honestly, this next step is very confusing, and I don't know why Google did this. In the previous interface, it wasn't anywhere close to this confusing. So they give you a few options: sales, leads, and website traffic. Well, what if you want all three? What's the difference between three of them? Okay, if we click on sales here, that's sort of our goal. We can click on leads, website traffic, and the idea is that when you select one of these over the other, you're going to have certain options available in one and not in the other. I think this is extremely confusing, and it's just going to confuse you too. So what I want you to do is just click create your campaign without a goal, because in the next page we can do all of that anyway. No goal selected, just click continue. So this is what we have. We have a search network campaign. Again, you can click the pencil there and edit things if you wanted. Let's just name our campaign test. We want to select the search network, and we want to include Google Search Partners for now. And Google Search Partners are just where Google Search shows up on other third-party websites. I leave it checked for now when I launch campaigns. And once your campaign launches and you get data, you can actually segment by search partner and the regular Google network to see if the search partner is doing well for you. You can see all the metrics associated with it, like cost per click, leads, costs, and things like that. Sometimes you'll find that search partner does really well. Sometimes it doesn't, and if that's the case, you can then shut it off. But I include it for now. We do not want to add the display network in with a search campaign. Those should always be separate, and of course we do that so that we see separate metrics for search and display with ease. When you combine them, you can segment out to see search performance and display performance, but it just makes reporting a lot more difficult. It's more clumsy, so we don't do that. Next is the location. Of course, you check your locations. You can do advanced locations here, right? And so remember in the last video, I discussed placing a radius around clients' location. So let's just say our client was around in say downtown Charlotte. We can specify we want 20 miles around downtown Charlotte, or we can specify 5 or 10 or things like that. Or you could select the location here, and you can enter locations too. You can also exclude that location as well, so that's important to know as well. And you can see we added Huntersville, North Carolina, and that little block is highlighted there. Yes, the radius does cover that, so it's sort of redundant. But let's just click Save for now. Again, we have languages. I always suggest including Spanish as well, because again, anyone with language settings marked as Spanish inside their Google account, we want them to see our ads. The next is bidding strategy, and we go over all of these in more detail and depth in our full course. But if you're starting out, just use manual CPC. This provides you with the maximum amounts of control over your account. You don't have Google's algorithms messing with anything, and you can set your CPCs so that you have maximum amount of control. Not to say that these other bidding options aren't useful. They are in specific situations. It depends on the campaign, depends how much the campaign is spending, the number of conversions coming through. So it depends on a whole host of other factors. But if you're just starting, use manual CPC, and I would uncheck enable enhanced CPC. That's just Google's way of adjusting certain bids for you on your behalf if they think conversions are more likely. Again, it's something to be tested, but I keep it off. And then of course we have our daily budget. Enter your daily budget, whether it's $10 or $100. The delivery method rather is important. If you have a limited budget or a low budget, and you want to make sure that Google spends it evenly over the course of the day, stick with standard. If your budget's sort of unlimited, as long as certain metrics are met, for example, your client says, spend $1 million as long as our cost per lead or cost per sale is under $50, then you'd want to go through here and you'd want to choose accelerated in that instance, because you want your ad to show in as many auctions as humanly possible. Then we have our start and end dates here. I typically stay away from this unless, of course, there's a reason that you want to have an end date. You can certainly end it. If your client wants to do a test for a month and you don't want to forget to turn it off, put an end date in there. And then we have all of our site link extensions here. There's a whole host of them. I'm sorry, site link extensions. I was thinking about extensions generally speaking. Site link extensions show beneath your main ad. And these are things, unique selling propositions that you might want to, add. For example, if you sell dog leashes, if your dog leash store, you could say over 20,000 dog leashes sold. Or if you have a sale, you can do 20% off, or 5 out of 5 rating, things like that. And there's other advanced options, start and end dates for specific site links and things like that. We go over that in more detail in full course. And then we have call-out extensions. Call-out extensions are, again, sort of USPs, things that we want to show off to prospective searchers, buyers, visitors, anything that's unique about our store. And I sort of misspoke up here. I was sort of speaking to call-out extensions. Site link extensions, I'm sorry, are much different. These site link extensions point to specific pages on your website. So if we sell dog leashes again, for example, you might want to link to specific pages. Someone searches for dog leashes, we present them with a dog leashes ad, and we might want to present a link for red dog leashes or brown dog leashes or extra large dog leashes or extra long dog leashes. And in that way, we can present more specific links to specific landing pages for visitors when they search for something. And then call-out extensions, and I apologize again, are unique selling propositions that you want prospective buyers to see about your business. It could be in business 25 years or 20% off or whatever you might want to highlight in the ad. These are important because it takes up more real estate in the search engine. And then call extensions. Call extensions are awesome as well. And these are particularly important for local clients that want to receive phone calls. So call extensions, we'll simply add a phone number in here, okay? And these call extensions will appear in your ad in those top positions, so someone can simply click to call directly from the search engine there. Okay, and then again, we go over all the call reporting stuff in the full course, and you can schedule and stuff like that. Then we have additional settings down here. There's a whole bunch of other extensions that we can add here. We go over all those in more detail elsewhere. Message extensions, you could have someone text message your client directly from the SERP rather, review extensions, promotion extensions. If you have a certain special going on from, let's say for Black Friday, for example, you would have those promotion extensions and you could schedule them for certain times. Ad rotation, again, something we go over in more detail. They recently phased optimize for conversions and rotate evenly. They phased those out to sort of simplify ad rotation settings. So the two now are optimized, prefer best performing ads, or do not optimize, rotate indefinitely. I will say that if you want to test two ads against each other, click do not optimize, rotate ads indefinitely. We can schedule when our ads show. So you can create an ad schedule if you just want to show on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, or during specific times. You can set all of that up in ad schedules. And then we have location options, little too complex to go over in this video, but what Google recommends is great. It works for the vast majority of people. And then we also have campaign URL options down here if you have more complex tracking needs. Most people don't, so I wouldn't worry about those. And dynamic search ads, stay away from those for now. And let's click save and continue. We can't because we have to select no here first. All right, now save and continue. All right, I hate when Google does this. They're gonna make you create a new ad group just because they wanna walk you through it. Okay, so you can do that. You name your ad group, your default bid, and you can put keywords in there. So an ad group, for example, would be dental implants. You would call it dental implants. You'd put a default bid in there, and you'd put all of your dental implant keywords in there as well. And you could add a bunch of other ad groups. Right now, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I think if we press cancel here, it'll take us back to the main campaign screen. So let's find our main campaign screen. Right now, we're in the ad groups because we didn't create any. There's none in there. Let's just click up in all campaigns. Okay, let's click back on the campaigns tab here, and there's our test campaign. Now we can go and create an ad group and put all of your keywords in there. And then if you want to access all of the settings that we just went over at a later date, we would click settings over here, and we can access all of that stuff and all the additional settings here as well, and you can make all of those changes. So that's an overview of how to create campaigns. There's more that goes into it, but that should definitely get you started 100%. If you have any questions, email me at ryan@clickovation.com. Get back to you right away. Or you can join our AdWords Mastermind Facebook group, and we can answer questions there as well. And I'll include a link to that group in the email that contained this video. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll see you in the next lesson.